I don't know. Quintorius, 4 mana, 5 loyalty. It's got a lot. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, make it 3/2. So if you remove more than one at the same time, you only get one 3/2. But if you have like 2 different things that trigger independently, and they like, oh, you discard a card, exile something, and then then you can make a multitude of them. The plus is just a looting thing, and then the minus gives all the spirits scary double damage and vigilance, I suppose. And then it can be your commander. So the downside, I did it, I broke it. The downside of cards like these, when they have that line of text at the bottom, it usually means the card is missing something. So if Quintorius just didn't have that line of text, it would have another thing on it. It's like Elminster, and pretty much every single Planeswalker that says that is just weaker because it has that line of text in the box where it otherwise might have had something better. I don't really know why Wizards is scared of Planeswalkers being commanders. If racing to an ultimate very fast is a win condition, you can just do that in EDH anyways. It's just not in your command zone. And it's, in my opinion, not that crazy, honestly. Like Jace the Mind Sculptor isn't the craziest commander. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, isn't really that insane as a commander in like 4-player EDH. But whatever, they think it is. So, yeah. So that line of text is a huge blow to this card. But apart from that, we've got a reanimate package as best as white can do. I don't know about the 3 and down stuff like Sun Titan, Reclamation, and all that jazz. I do discard things all over the place. So incidentally, filling the graveyard up with Sun Titan level reanimate stuff is probably just going to happen, but I'm not going to go into it too heavily. And then you have all the weird Petramos cards, but instead of doing something really good, like drawing a card, you just make a 3/2 sometimes. So it's not that great. And yep, I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't envision it looking like this at the end. I could play like an aggro deck, I guess. My commander doesn't really help me. Can Chandra function without its graveyard? Yeah, I can. I almost want to keep this. I don't know. Let's just keep it. Let's see what happens. Let's not ruin this game with Ragavan, please. Thank you. Winter Moon. Okay. Let's play this and get Unlicensed Hearse in play, I guess. I think you're supposed to hold on to Winter Moon until later. Because you could punish me way harder if you waited. Maddening Hex. That beat me last time it was in play. It probably will here. My opponent has like the best possible matchup for that card. I also didn't have a mana rock. But neither did my opponent, I guess. This is a game where Farewell would be like exceedingly good. It's only my graveyard. Only my graveyard. Let's play this. Mountain. Alright, Quintorius. What's the damage here? 4. Discard, then draw 2. Let's discard, I guess, Ghost Vacuum? And then pass? It doesn't matter when I do this. Is it any one from a single graveyard? Alright. I wouldn't mind permanent ranked Brawl. I liked it, so I think it'd be cool. They can't swing at me. Oh, they do. Okay. I feel like that isn't something they could have done, but I suppose it is. All right. I have a 3-2. I did it. Look at that. Surprised they did that. Very surprised they did that. All right, let's play. Let's play the plus on this thing game. Gamble. Okay. I can reanimate Joshua. That seems kind of lame. I think we just blitzkrieg Godo here. Oh, it's only one. Maybe I don't do that, because I can reanimate something like this. This is just completely indestructible, which is probably really annoying. That probably has some validity to it. And we just pass, or do we play One Ring? Playing One Ring takes damage, but it does put it in play. Yeah, we'll just cast the One Ring. It just puts it in play. And okay, it takes 6. Yeah, okay, of course it will. And then we just pass. Yeah, the aura's gone because we have protection. Anyone was curious as to why that happened? I drew it anyways. I think I just blitz it out, because if they just kill it, I still have a Helm of the Host. Right? Like, I just cast it. Just put it in play, put Helm in play. You have to deal with it. If you don't, I win. I think that's reasonable. Oh, wait, we wanted to get rid of... Actually, I want to hold this in my hand until the moment I actually go to cast it. And then swing for 3. Like, if they have to play Chandra just to hose the board, we're totally fine with that. Right? It's not plussing. And it does. Yep, it literally has to do this. It also just dies because I make a 3-2. So let's get rid of you. So that's excellent. Yeah, see, their Chandra just has to minus, and then they just can't keep it around, and then it's probably out of the game even longer. All right, well, we beat Maddening Hex. No red mana, no mana rock. No way to do stuff that's cool. Okay, sure. Soul Cauldron's cool. Bloop. It's not a mana rock, but, you know. I think I'm just gonna... They got rid of Part the Water Veil? You sick individual. What's going on over there? What are you doing over there? I'm gonna Hard Light Containment this. No, that seems weird, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Alright, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to play the game. Don't you dare leave it under there. Don't. Come on. Come on. Yeah, alright, thank you. Goodness. Goodness. I think this is like 4-drop City, the deck. So... Magma Spaghetti, short, yep. I don't know what they do from the graveyard that wants all these crazy spells and stuff. I'm not going to blow this up. I don't lose the game if I lose Quintorius. So I guess I'll cast it, like if they have a counter spell. I don't lose the game immediately. Alright, they don't have one. Let's get rid of, I think, Witch Enchanter? The removal is just fine, right? Oh, I found Avacyn. Now I just gotta pick it up. Gilded Spaghetti, sure. Let's do that. Can I blow that up with this? Creature, enchantment, planeswalker. Tragic. Well, that's a card. It's got text on it. Play you. So we have a multitude of ways of getting 3/2s in play, and then maybe that does something. This is not looking good here. Another thing I cannot deal with in any way, shape, or form. A bit tragic there. I guess I let the trigger resolve first, you know. It gets a draw 2. Yep. It has flashback, so I can't target it, but I can force them to tap out. That is a thing I can do. I suppose I prefer a 3/2 over making my opponent cast a card they're going to cast anyways. But it does tap them out. I think there's validity. They didn't do it. All right. Well, there you go. Why you do the things that you do. Let's get rid of you. Emrakul costs 10. That's certainly not less than 10. There is literally nothing to do. I'm just gonna pass. Is this a sorcery? It's a sorcery. Alright, never mind. I didn't have to make a move there. I don't know how to play the game. Alright, just take it nice and smooth. Don't do anything weird over there. Nice and calm. Lands you control have add 2 mana, and it only goes on spells. Okay. Draw a card. You activated a... I can reprieve this? Guess I'll just reprieve that? It's not that exciting, but you know. Aetherize, that just goes to their hand. They chose to cast it instead of put it to their hand. Maybe a bit of a mistake there. Fortunately, Aetherize is not something it seems like my opponent would leave up anyways, given how they've been playing, but that was still a mistake. Come on, 3/2s. You're so close. You're so close. Taste the rainbow, opponent. Taste the rainbow. I should probably take out the thing that doubles my opponent's mana. Did I not plus this yet? I didn't. Alright. I did things the right order. Look at that. Get rid of you. I have no way of mana tithing. Oh, if I did. Come on, 3/2s. We've gotten so far together. Okay, rip. They blew up the thing that had no targets, so I guess that's not too bad. It could have been worse there. Yeah, they could have been worse, I guess. Land. We can cast Emrakul. It actually does cost 7. It does cost 7. I can cast it. Let's swing first. Yeah, I mean, like, why not, right? Bloop. Yeah, right. All right, we did it. Did it. All right. All right. We solved Quintorius. I finally cast the Paradigm card, though. Can I please get a Mana Rock? Like, please. Just one game. Please. That's all I'm asking. One game. I have all of them in here. Actually, I think I have all but 2, which I'll probably go and put in a second. Land is fine, I guess. Well, Ajani is an egregious offense to the integrity of Magic the Gathering, so I'm going to play that. they like have to kill it. The game is just completely on pause there. Let's play you. You. I can reanimate my Ajani. Ajani is a serious problem. Ajani's probably worth 4 mana. Alright, it's gone. No Ajani for us. Let's play you. Nope. Get rid of that. Play you. Alright, well, not great. At least my hand isn't great. How does this work? Target opponent reveals the number of cards in their hand equal to the number of creatures in your party. And then whenever this attacks... So I just discard... that? Like that? I can put the Archaic in play, but I don't know where that gets me in the long run, because I don't have a graveyard to play with, really. Wait, doesn't this give me a 3-2? Yeah, opponent probably did not want to do that. That gives me a 3-2. Alright. I kind of forgot that would happen. They also killed it at the incorrect time. I totally forgot that would happen. Wow, look at that. We scammed them. I think me and my opponent forgot that would happen. My opponent can also trigger my commander. No spells. No spells. Alright, we're gonna do the funny thing, because we should do the funny thing. Oh, this is only artifacts. Oh, white reanimate. Why are you so bad? Oh, I hate this game. Everything is not fair. Life is pain. I forgot. That's how that works. Alright, well, at least we have Bag of Holding. Life is pain. Oof, that was tragic. Alright, well, move on. I'm going to swing, because they make something that has protection from white, and then none of this will matter. These two cards don't matter, so if they Turok them, which they probably should, we just get a bunch of 3/2s that Turok doesn't care about. Oh, Bag of Holding. How I love thee. Opponent, you have protection from white. I can't even swing into you. You can just keep attacking my commander. But to be fair, I don't know if one protection from white creature is enough. No, Katara should not be banned. This is fine, I guess. Katara should not be banned. That's not true. The only thing that should probably be banned, in my opinion, is Ajani. Rofellos is okay when it plays against things that are expecting to play against it in like its own bracket. But Ajani seems to be the one that's exceptionally egregious to me. But Katara is fine. I feel like that didn't actually do anything, but my opponent did it anyways. Not sure that's how you're supposed to use that card. Well, I mean, play this then. Get rid of you and you. Tragic. I'm not going to play the One Ring. Oh, don't think I want to here. Okay, I don't really get what my opponent's deck does if it isn't doing anything yet. So that's interesting. Okay, that just straight up worked. Sure. Oof. Tragic opponent. Tragic. Get in there, Phoenix. Yes. Yes. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. Pass. What does this do at the bottom? I should probably return any number of target creature cards, which is nothing. All right. Opponent is all in on the it dies on your own turn card. Bro, this commander, it just ward pay 5 life isn't real. Oh my goodness, this poor commander. Oh, so tragic. Such a tragedy. My opponent instantly conceded too. Like, they knew it's over. Like, you cannot untap with this card. You just can't untap with it. It's a blue-red commander that's a creature that costs 7. Like, it's so... That offer, I don't really know if I would... I mean, see, it just gives me the mana to, like, recast this. So I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan of this card in general, to be fair. But anyways, yeah, it's such a nightmare to get this to do anything. Such a nightmare. Even if you untap with it, you then need to actually do something, right? Which means whatever you plan on doing with the Storm thing involves cards that you don't want to cast until you untap with this. So you have cards in your hand that are effectively dead until you untap with your commander, because you just don't want to dump them out before your commander's in play, because then it's like, why are you playing them? But yeah, I didn't get that one. I did not understand why that was banned, but I'm sure there's people out there that are like, thank God it was banned. I just never saw the crazy Tajik list. This is insane. I'm excited to see what goes on here. I am never upset when I lose against a colorless commander that is not in Eldrazi. Opponent, you get me good here with whatever's going on. This is a mana rock. It is a mana rock. They cannot be underestimated. Is it like colorless 2 into 4? Is that the idea? It looks like that's the idea. I would be interested in killing it if I drew a way to kill it, because then it's like out of the equation. Okay, I didn't. Kinda sad. I'll just play this out. I don't really care. All right. Well, I didn't kill it. So do you have the 4? Is this the old 2 into 4 kind of commander? Because I don't know what else it does. And once it does that, it's kind of over. Okay, it doesn't appear to be. I'm still going to kill it, I think. This is protection from red? Of course it is. Of course it is. Alright. Wait, why is the impending... Oh, right, we just talked about this. The impending's on the other side. This is the last time this can do anything, so I'm going to do it here. Please recast your commander. Please. 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 Oh. That was a good draw, I think. Cast my commander, and then what? Get rid of this thing, because I can reanimate it. Oh, no land. Come on, game. Oh, my. All right, I found a braid, though. Life is not as painful. I did find a braid. They cannot kill my commander. Does this go face? Yeah. This is one of the best cards in their deck. So. Play your commander. Come on. All right. They didn't do it. There's really not much to be done about Vanquish the Horde, though. And they can't kill my commander. No, you should go face. I think you should go face here. You really want to trigger the sword, in my opinion. Let's do this on... I don't think we're Paradox Engine-ing this game. Oh, I forgot I was going to make a 3-2. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not Exile that card from your graveyard. Decline. I'm going to decline that. I'm going to do this. Pretty sure there's nothing they can do, so. And then I'm going to play this. I'm going to pass. All right. Yeah, people do go after my commander more than I think they should. It has a lot of loyalty, and it really only just has a plus. So, okay, that's another good one. It's not the craziest one, but it's still good. We'll see what the damage is here. Hopefully, it's not whatchamacallit. All right, it isn't. Do. Discard Arcane Signet. Hey, I drew the cool card. Unfortunately, I really have to blow up the Nexus, so much choice there. And then, does this exile or destroy? Oh, tragic. Alright, random 1/1s that can actually block. I should have done this in a different order. I'd have more 3/2s, but I don't think the 3/2s are that crucial. My opponent has to deal with this board or they're dead next turn anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Ugin does, in fact, save them. That doesn't. I have blockers. This doesn't work. They can't swing. They cannot swing. But that does mean I can't attack. Oh, wait, I have the... Never mind, I have the Elspeth. Yeah, you can't swing here. I don't believe there's any instance to be concerned about, so... Are they just dead, right? Head 1. Power Stone. For each colorless creature. It looks like they are. Alright, currency converter. Do something. Look at that, we made zombies. Oh, we made zombies. Beautiful. Yeah, alright. So we drew it up. I didn't get hosed by a green 1-drop. That's pretty cool. Let's find... You? Yeah, sure. This in play, and then do nothing with it. I wonder if the ranked format made them change the bracket system. Like they just see what lies where and they can see the power level of things. I wonder if it changed anything. I mean, it's all anecdotal because it's only been a couple days, but it has felt like since Strixhaven came out, I am not necessarily seeing the same massive wall of commanders that you really have no business playing against. So, Spell Snare, short. No mana rock for us. No mana rock for us. Every time Spell Snare resolves, I get a comment saying, see, it was good. You should play it in all your decks. Every time it does something. Actually, it actually only really exiled against a mana rock. I will take out that Lumra. Ghost, we might have the secret plan of Ghost Vacuum, the other thing it does. Might be on the docket here. How many cards you discard with this? Your entire hand. Alright, beautiful. I imagine the only thing to do here is cast your commander. Yep, alright. Correct. Man, if I had Mana Tithe. Ugh. Well, that's not really that crazy, but... Actually, I should have hit the land. Eh, it doesn't matter. Is a 2/2 fly? I can't remember. Whenever you attack, make a 2/2. It has fly. Alright, so they can go after my commander. Then... Who knows what? Who knows what? But we have that same annoying Golos logic this commander loves to have. So I don't think there's any reason to make a 3-2. Actually kind of close to Ghost Vacuuming Illumra, and I could also get Cityscape Leveler, so that's nice. Okay. Does this come in shocked? It does. Okay. I think there's a reason to make a 3-2 here. Let's try to do this, see what happens. That just worked, I guess. It just worked. Interesting. Okay, they countered this one instead of the other one. Also interesting. Alright, well. I seriously doubt there's like a scape shift or anything. They didn't copy a space land. There's probably not a lot of reasons to. My opponent basically has Omniscience, because that's how blue-green X decks work. There's not a lot of incentive to exile 2 cards with my thing there. I actually didn't have to exile a second card. There was no real reason to do that, honestly. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Not a big deal. Really not a big deal, but still. How many lands are in my graveyard? 2? I can add more. Yeah, I can really get a Lumra this game and have it maybe actually matter. I'm gonna respect my opponent to block and not pretend like it's gonna get through. Let's play another one. I'm not gonna play the Ox. Alright, well, I have a wall of 3/2 generators and my opponent can't use their graveyard for what it's worth. Sure. Okay. I have all the mana, and I have all the 3/2s. I'm not sure if the 3/2s are even worth it right now, because again, my graveyard has a bit of use between this Ox and whatnot. I'll take the Pock. I think I'm gonna crack this Ghost Vacuum. I get a Pock, a Lumra, and a well, I want more. Let's do this here. It is a lot of lands with this Lumra right now. It's like it's a lot of lands, so it's looking like the right idea. I'm gonna do it. I can't help it. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's I'll just get in there for 3. That's fine. I have critical mass of spirits. I don't need them to... That's fine. Okay. I have more mana than my opponent, which is absolutely insane. Probably just chump block with Lumra, because it doesn't do anything anymore. I mean, it doesn't matter, because I can cast Quintorius for the rest of the game infinitely, so that doesn't really matter. Harmonize and Boros? Not quite sure. Okay, they could have just... Oh! I don't like that. Well, take those out. Right. Okay, is there any... Okay, I shouldn't sweat this too much. It's not like Lumra does anything except get some lands, right? It's not... They also didn't crack the fetch land first. Yeah, this really isn't a big deal. I can keep Pock around and just recast Quintorius, and I think that's better than not doing that. Like, I can just recast it. It also resets its loyalty. Okay, yeah. I mean, they can kill it, but I just get it back. This is the this is not the other blue-green one. I have the uh-oh problem shouldn't exist card. Okay, they're on the play with this. Could be the 1 into 3 I lose idea. Suppose not quite that. I can prevent them from swinging with that, right? No, it taps a creature. Never mind. It taps a creature. This doesn't work. So... play... This is... I can't believe it, but this is a cat. I cannot believe that. This is actually a cat. Get rid of that. And pass. Lion Sash is a cat. Which probably doesn't matter, but it's a cat. Alright, is it still a cat? Yes. It's still a cat. Tajik is hilariously problematic here. Love it. Amazing. Amazing. The green commander with the 1-drop? No. Guess I could have played this instead. I don't really care to swords this, though. At least not this turn cycle. Or really, honestly, the next one. I don't know. I guess I have to swords it, so I probably should have played the talisman. Alright, well, I mean, there's no going back, so... Let's get rid of you. It only goes face, and it... Yeah, I don't know. I really should have just played the other talisman. I have made a potentially grave mistake, but... The other mana rock... Okay, well, fortunately, it didn't end up doing anything. It just poked me a few times. Let's, I need a mountain, but I really don't want to take a bunch of damage, but I need a mountain, so. And let's plus on this. Of course I draw Helm. Of course I draw Helm. Play this. Let's play this. And then just swords their commander, I guess. Ugh. I guess it doesn't matter that much. That is a card and a half. All right. That is a card. Have not seen Rampaging Balos in a minute. Look at it go. Wiping out the lands that Renin 6 targets is kind of nice. Get rid of the relic, then? I have to do this if I want to continue the game. And then I guess play this. Wait a minute. If I play Helm, I'm going to play Helm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 11. 5 plus 6. I need 11 to do the funny thing. They already had a fetch land, so the Renin 6 plus isn't that, like, crazy to me here. They already had something to do. I don't know what I can Enlighten Tutor for here. I'm probably just going to lose to like some random giant Eldrazi next turn anyways, but the Renin 6 doesn't have a game-winning spell to cast, at least. I can play Monument. I can play Ossification and take out their Renin 6. I think I'm getting rid of the Soul Cauldron. Okay. Take out that. Take out Commander. Play. I should have played a land first, huh? Oh well. Play this. And pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need another land. And I can do stuff like win the game. Yeah, drawing this felt really bad. But I guess I found a window to play it, so it kind of alleviated it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ulamog probably won't target my mana if that's what they cast. I haven't seen an Ulamog, but I mean, I don't know. Anything's possible. Shatter Skull, Destroyer of the Universe. Sure, let's take out your... that thing, I guess. So... there. Summon Spaghetti. Rather just play this and dig for a win. I'd much rather just win than cast this and then have it not really do anything anyways, so... Alright, well, is there anything to reanimate that matters? Arcane Signet? No, creature only. It's a distraction. It's a very good distraction to just grab Summon Bahamut. So I'll just put it in play. My opponent does kind of have to do something about this, so I can blow up my own chain to the rocks. Make sure I can do that. Yeah. It just puts it in the graveyard, and it's obviously not doing anything, so they have to deal with this or play an over-the-top spell. Because I can helm this and then yeah, do stuff. So put us in lands. Well, I mean, you're playing a red-green land stack. What do you it wouldn't be surprising you get like 55 lands in your deck. I still literally died escape shift. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, it's one off. Alright. Sweet. We did it. We did the thing. Look at that. Go to Elm. Sweet. We did it. Probably not familiar with it. Alright, we did it. I might actually come back to this commander. This is a really cool one. I like how it plays. It plays similar to the other one, the 5-mana one, but it is notably different. That plus is extremely good, and there's ways you can make it better with just, you know, the cards in your deck caring about the discard and the mill and all that jazz. So you never are out of cards in the graveyard to do stuff with. It's just you're in red-white. So you don't have the crazy stuff to do in the graveyard, but there's still plenty of solid things going on. I'm a massive fan of this commander. I did not expect it to have any amount of success. With that being said, I'm not sure if it's, you know, it's not out here beating up all the Teferi Hero of Dominaria decks or the Kinnons of the world and whatnot, but, you know, against its own level of stuff, it does really well. You are rewarded for playing well in a deck like this because you don't have like a don't think about anything, just cast cultivate into some random generic stuff and win the game. You have to like think about all the stuff you can do in a given game. Like that high buy game, I feel like there were a lot of decisions in the high buy matchup. They just at the end of it randomly hit the token generating shrine from Avatar in response to Portal, and then I just lost because Portal didn't do anything. So like, but I got to that point where I was still in it casting Portal, and of course the random green deck can just win anyways randomly. But there's a lot of lines and stuff that can be taken here. I like this deck a lot. Deciding how much to exile out of your graveyard matters. Really mostly just for this. I only found myself exiling one card at a time because it really wasn't much of an incentive to do more than that, but I could have probably done more than one way more often than I was doing, right? Like if I do 2 a bunch and I have this as a massive problem, it can just be crewed immediately always because I'll always have a 3/2. So I like this a lot. The new white paradigm spell, reanimate stuff, might be worth looking at. What? This thing? The thing that was in the deck the entire time? Yeah, I would agree with that. It was really the only... Oh, speaking of that, I suppose the reanimate package kind of sucked. I had all the late to dinner effects and whatnot in here, and then giant funny things to reanimate. But you don't have stuff like Entomb. You have Gamble. You do have Gamble, but you don't have Reanimate. You don't have a giant chunk of good things to reanimate. So it's not that great. You can very consistently get them out of your hand, though, with your commander, and then relatively consistently find one of the reanimate spells because you're still drawing a bunch and whatnot. But it didn't seem like it none of the games mattered where I had that package in here, and I found myself kind of just discarding that package to draw something else. So I think the deck got better when I took that package out. I still have some of it, like Late to Dinner is still just okay. I thought this might have been good, but it seemed like maybe not. I do draw a lot of cards, and then I find myself with so much in my hand that I don't really want to discard it to escape this. Now, sometimes it's fine, right? It, again, because you can discard whatever you want, it feels less bad to just play stuff like this and be like, oh, I don't know if it's great, but sometimes it's really good. You can just discard it with Quintorius and then not care about it. so I like it. I really, really like this commander, which I feel like I'm saying more than I thought, given the set so far. I'm having a really good time with these commanders here. What else? Underworld Breach, same logic, right? If it feels like it's never doing anything, then you can just discard it, right? And sometimes it's just 2 mana flashback. You just cast this and get a single spell out of your graveyard. You can make a lot of 3/2s if your graveyard lines up very well and you have a wall of ridiculous lands in play, I guess, to make all that a reality, but I don't know. I took out the One Ring and Paradox Engine. It just never came up, and it feels like I'm drawing enough to where I don't know if I want this draw my whole deck with the One Ring and Engine untapping mana rocks in the One Ring, and then like it doesn't seem like I'm gonna win if I draw 50 cards and just pass, and then like the One Ring deals 20 damage to me or something on my next turn. I don't know. I always say that like you don't necessarily need a card in your deck that like I'm not gonna play Aether Flux Reservoir. I'm never gonna play that with those 2 cards in my deck. But this one teeters on the line of maybe needing something like that to actually win, but you still have Ugin you could cast. And then from there, all of your colorless spells exile their stuff, and you could just put yourself in such a massive lead that, yeah, there's probably a way to win with those 2 in here, for sure. It usually is. And you have to play against someone who doesn't immediately concede anyways, which a lot of people just do. But, we also, wait, what am I talking about? We have Godo, yeah. So there's a Godo Helm combo that the One Ring will, with Engine, draw into if I drew my whole deck. So we actually do have a definitive way to win. And we have redundancy. Like, I can reanimate it. Oh, well, there it goes. I can reanimate with one of my spells and whatnot. So yeah, there's absolutely ways to win. The Giant Eldrazi do trigger your commander, but I did feel like I want to not shuffle my graveyard away, even though it triggers my commander when I do the thing. I don't believe this is a sneak attack deck, but it's certainly, just like the other packages, like Late to Dinner, you can just discard the sneak attack if it feels like it's not doing anything in a given game and move on from it. So you probably could play a sneak attack package, right? These are the things I think are worth thinking about, right? Nothing's off the table. I had enough colorless cards to play what is probably one of the best cards, if not the best card in Modern. I probably could have played this and not felt that bad about it, right? Maybe Null Elemental Blast, not, but it's another thing. You just think about it, right? The reputation that this seems to have gained in the past week or so, or however long it's been, seems like it not that great, but the lists I've seen don't really look like this, and I felt like I was quite successful here, so people maybe writing it off too soon, or I don't know. Red, white, control-y, grindy stuff is not everyone's cup of tea. I love this kind of deck, though. But yeah, there's probably a way to get a sneak attack thing. There's a way to get One Ring Paradox Engine. There's ways to get Kozilek's Command in your deck and not feel bad about it. I will say that we're not drawing off these. While these aren't the same as they are in Ketramos, the 3/2s do become a problem, and you never lose to a graveyard strategy, which is like a side benefit. Most decks aren't graveyard strategies, but if you ever see Squee and Slimefoot, they will not be using their graveyard. You will never lose to a graveyard strategy. Like, that's not gonna happen. And it also gets to play really cool cards like Bag of Holding and Currency Converter. Like, these are awesome. I love these. This is enough of an artifact strategy that you can consider stuff like what is it, Sammy? Yeah, you could probably try this card, although this may be a bit way out there. You could just play a Mana Rock in this spot and probably be happier. But there's certainly some kind of artifact matters card that exists that I'm not thinking of that would have been good here. Obviously not going to go through all of them. Elspeth is good on its own, and it has the added benefit of sort of being the Moon Shaker Cavalry, Moonshaker Cavalry, the white behemoth, with all these 3/2s you make. So you have that option here. It actually doubles the 3/2s you make. The one game I played this, I think I just made I made a currency converter zombie with this in play and made 2 zombies. So Elspeth's just cool. Chandra was like a flex slot. It's a mana source. It has an ultimate that will win the game if it gets to it. Very rarely do you ultimate this and then lose. So it's just a kind of a must-answer threat. And it's removal on top of that. The top plus not the craziest, but the rest of it's perfectly fine to me. What else? Yeah, Portal has been extremely disappointing. Same with, what is it? My favorite white aura. Because of the one, it's really the One Ring that ruined it. But what is it? What's it called? Overwhelming Splendor. Yeah, this was like one of my favorite cards in white ever, and it still kind of is, but the One Ring sort of just ruined it because you play the One Ring and this just falls right off. And so many decks play the One Ring, so many decks play it, so it's just not great that every deck has like this one, at least one colorless card that is itself difficult to deal with, and then just undoes your like sort of game ending spell if it sticks and hangs out. There's also a bunch of commanders that don't actually care about this. Even something like Shrines, like High-Buy, might not care about this because they can just play the Shrines and then just not have High-Buy. It's going to have a harder time of it, but you know, it's a 5-color deck too, so it could have Casualties of War and all the other Beseiju is a thing now too. Like, there's so many ways to deal with this. It just feels like it hasn't really stopped games like it used to. There's still games where it is good, like Croxa Black Red does not like it ever and whatnot, but still. And I think the logic is kind of here with this. We discard things that would be nice to reanimate. It's a triple edict. It's an artifact. It's reasonable to just simply cast it. We do get to 9 mana with so many mana rocks and whatnot. It just seems like even with board wipes, I'm never getting this triple edict to be good, ever. Now, against the High-Buy opponent, again, if they didn't hit the stupid one that made all the firebending tokens randomly with an ephemerate in response, I could have had this be very good in that one spot. So, like, it would have been good there. And it is a way to win the game, because you can recur at least your own stuff, which you ideally have not been exiling your creatures with your exile rocks. But I don't know. It's almost the same as the Virtue of Persistence, where I say a lot of people probably wouldn't play that if it didn't have the -3/-3 thing on it, because the other side of it, even though it's 7 instead of 9, reanimating one thing a turn is nice, but you would probably prefer if this just said destroy a target permanent or something like that. It would feel better, and that's a bit unfortunate. Even if it wasn't each opponent, right? We're starting to feel that this is a multiplayer kind of card because it literally says that on the card. It's each opponent, not just one. So it can hose up to like 9 creatures in an EDH game. And then you have an entire like library worth of things to reanimate from so many different graveyards. It's starting to feel like the multiplayer side of it is starting to outweigh the only going after one person kind of thing. There's also cards like Daze and Force of Will now that make these cards, when you go to hardcast them, a lot more questionable, right? The more Daze is crafted by the player base, which is going to happen more and more. I actually didn't see a single one today, but the more of those are crafted in the blue decks, the less appealing stuff like this gets anyways. So it might just be past its prime, which is unfortunate. So probably not the best idea, but apart from that tangent, I really like this commander. Do advise, at least this list of it. I mean, I don't like the other things I saw that were more in on other things that I feel like don't matter as much, but that's just me. Yeah, let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.